Tonight, if you've gotten some of your things taken away at the airport, you might be able to get them back. We'll tell you where the TSA turns to sell your stuff. Plus, some of us had a messy drive home from the holiday weekend. But could snow be on its way for tomorrow morning's commute? We'll have your first live local forecast. But first, they went looking for a Christmas tree, but now the search is on for a missing family of 6.
They said they found tracks and footprints, but they don't know if that's theirs.
Team coverage of the search in the mountains is first on Fox. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Wayne Garcia.
And I'm Shauna Parsons. First on Fox tonight, a family of 6 is missing in the mountains after a Christmas tree hunt. The 2 adults and 4 kids told friends they'd be in the Lost Lake area near Mount Hood looking for a tree yesterday. But the family never came home. Rescuers believe they were in an area around Lolo Pass Road. We have live team coverage tonight. KPTV's Jim Hyde will have a reaction from those desperately waiting on the family's safe return. But we begin with KPTV's Hillary Hutchison live in Hood River with the latest on the search. Hillary?
Yeah, we're at the Hood River County Sheriff's Office, where we've just learned that the sheriff and the undersheriff have personally joined their deputies in an all-night search for the family. They told us that just moments ago they found tire tracks on a Forest Service back road, and they have just begun to follow those tracks, so we'll see how that develops. Also, we know that Clackamas County has joined in the search as well.
Sheriff's Office.
Tonight it's a juggling exhibition as Hood River County dispatchers manage calls from local and national media and coordinate a dual agency search for the missing Vancouver family.
Trying to find out, you know, when they were last seen, where they were going to be going. National Forest is pretty large, so where they were going to go to get their Christmas tree.
Randy Kellums, his 4 daughters, ages 4, 7, 9, and 14, his live-in girlfriend, Tam Warnicki, and their golden retriever are missing. When they didn't return home yesterday from a Christmas tree hunt in Hood River County's Lost Lake area, a relative called 911. Deputies on snowmobiles roared over the freshly whitened landscape today, searching for any sign of the family.
We're looking for distress signs. We did check a couple side roads that kind of drop off down where there was some Christmas trees, but it was just total snow. There was no markings of any vehicle going down there, and we also looked for footprints, and there was no footprints.
This would be the second night the Kellums spent in the forest, and the sergeant says the urgency grows by the minute.
Up in this area, the clouds can suddenly move in and it can start dumping a lot of snow.
But a lead tonight in the dispatch center. A hunter called in to report seeing the missing family driving yesterday afternoon on a paved road in the Lost Lake area.
We're not sure which route they went back home.
Now, Randy Kellum's truck is a 2003 gray full-size Toyota Tundra pickup with a canopy and the words Pacific Communications written in white lettering on the side with an emblem of an eagle. Now we're told the family likely has warm clothing and maybe some food and water, but certainly not prepared to spend one night, let alone 2 nights in the National Forest. Reporting live tonight in Hood River, Hillary Hutchison, the 10 o'clock news.
As searchers comb the area around Mount Hood searching for the Kellums family, Randy's mother and ex-wife in Vancouver can only sit at home and wait for news. KPTV's Jim Hyde talked with Randy's family today and continues our team coverage live in Vancouver. Jim?
That's right, Wayne. We're outside the home now where his mother, Randy Kellums' mother, and his ex-wife are indeed waiting patiently in Vancouver, waiting for word from the searchers, hoping that the 4 girls, her ex-husband and his friend, are simply stuck in the new fallen snow together.
This morning, Kim called me and said they weren't back yet, and so we came right over here and started making phone calls.
Deborah Carter met her former daughter-in-law at Randy's home. That's where he, daughters Madison, Emily, Autumn, and Jessica, ages 4 to 14, were to return by Saturday night. Randy's girlfriend, Tam Warnicki, also joined in the trip to Mount Hood to cut a Christmas tree. Hood River Sheriff's Search and Rescue Team members were joined by Clackamas County deputies this evening. They searched in the snow while Deborah Carter and Kim Kellums tried to pinpoint on a map where the 6 people could be. Kim was particularly concerned about 9-year-old Autumn, who takes daily medication for seizures.
She has autism and seizures caused from the bright light, so I'm mainly concerned of the snow and the brightness of it.
The women are trying to remain positive about the prospects, though the 6 people in Randy Kellums' 4-wheel drive truck are more than 24 hours overdue.
They said they found tracks and footprints, but they don't know if that's theirs or somebody else's.
Both women say they talked by phone with the Sheriff's Department in Hood River, and they're waiting for some good news. News.
They need to get their buns home.
A neighbor here in Vancouver tells me tonight that Randy Kellums headed to Lost Lake Road to look for a Christmas tree last year. This year, they hope the search is just taking a little bit longer and that they will all 6 be found soon. Reporting live here in Vancouver, Jim Hyde, the 10 o'clock news.
Tomorrow's commute could be slow going. Tonight, temperatures are dropping, and we could wake up to some snow or ice on the roads tomorrow. We have team coverage tonight. Fox 12 Chief Meteorologist Mark Nelson will have the latest information in his forecast. But we begin with KPTV's Kevin Quarry, who's live in the West Hills to tell us how the weather is affecting people in our area tonight. Kevin?
Right, and Shauna, in just the last 10 to 15 minutes, we've started seeing some rain mixed with snow. It's too faint for the camera to pick it up, but it's been falling pretty steadily out here. Also dropping steadily has been the temperature. Our thermometer bouncing between about 35 and 36 degrees out here tonight. Now, people we talked to tonight who know Portland weather well say these are the kind of conditions they've just come to expect.
Earlier tonight, drivers had no problem navigating the roads at one of Portland's highest spots, but streets like this could look a lot different in the morning.
Yeah, I live in Portland. You never know what's going to do. Wait 5 minutes, it'll change.
Susan Hughes was out in the elements tonight, and a main reason she relies solely on public transit is the weather.
Crazy drivers out there that drive 70 miles an hour when it's pouring down rain and it's slick out there or it's icy out there. It's easier to ride TriMet.
Other riders have no problem braving the roads in winter. Gary Beck usually drives himself.
I have a Jeep actually, and I have, it's four-wheel drive, and I've got snow tires. It gets around pretty good.
But earlier today, Mother Nature gave Portland a taste of what she can deliver. High winds knocked out power to hundreds of homes and knocked down several trees.
We heard what we thought was lightning or something, some horrendous crash.
Jerry Osako and his wife were napping when the rain-soaked ground gave way, sending this tree right into their house. It took creative cutting and some fancy footwork to get it all down, with a price tag of $100 an hour.
That's the going rate for a Sunday, I guess.
The tree hit right above the master bathroom, clipping the gutter and putting a hole in their home, but no one was hurt. And while some consider today's weather a warning, others take it all in stride.
I'm never prepared. No, I just take it like it goes. So, I'm not prepared.
Okay, just wait and see.
Just wait and see.
Well, Portland City officials tonight say their crews are prepared. Plows, de-icing equipment, and sanders are all chained up and ready to go just in case things do pick up overnight. Reporting live in the West Hills tonight, Kevin Kawari, the 10 o'clock news.
Well, they slogged through all sorts of bad weather for a living in 65,000 pounds of steel, and truckers perhaps know better than anybody how important it is to be mindful of your own driving and the driving of others when travel conditions get treacherous. We caught up with one trucker today as he was chaining up at government camp. Calvin Pierce also took time to help a fellow road warrior who got stuck. Pierce was delivering pallets for Costco when he hit the slick roads. But Calvin says more than anything, it's other drivers who create the big hazards in stormy weather.
Most of the four-wheel drive pickup trucks and SUVs, they go way too fast. They can go 50 miles an hour out here, they think, but really should only go on 30, 35.
And he told us, be sure to never cut off a big rig because that could cause the trailer to jackknife. Even drivers headed to the coast had to deal with some snowy conditions. Snow's been falling in higher parts of the Coast Range and piling up in some areas. Dana and Jay Ashland drove to the coast today. They just moved to Portland from Camp Pendleton, California. That's near San Diego. And say they're having to adjust to the weather.
I talked to a friend today. He said he was in flip-flops and shorts today. So it's a lot different.
And there is a snow chains advisory for travelers coming through that area this evening. Drivers should also prepare for the possibility that they may not be able to see too well throughout the night.
As if the snow and the rain just weren't enough, a small earthquake rocked the Northwest this evening, but don't be surprised if you didn't feel it. The magnitude 2.7 quake was 14 miles deep and hit just after 6:30 tonight. Seismologists say it was centered about 2 miles west-northwest of Molalla.
And we have been telling you about snow around the metro area that could fall tonight. Fox 12 Chief Meteorologist Mark Nelson is here now. Mark, is the snow coming down in the West Hills yet?
Yeah, we've had some reports of flurries up there. We also saw it on our tower cam at about 1,800 feet. And what we want to avoid is this at Santiam Pass earlier this evening, about 4:30, big traffic pileup, all the folks coming back from Central Oregon. But take a look over here at our live radar, and what you see is lots of showers streaming inland and it looks like that's going to continue the next 24 hours. We don't really have a big storm headed towards us. In fact, here's the full view, and you can see a band of showers just move through the metro area. That's when we did see those showers in the middle of town and also up in the West Hills. Looks like some showers up maybe around Germantown Road up there, also around Banks and Forest Grove, but heavier showers out on the east side of town. We think the snow level right now is at about 1,400 feet. That's 1,400 feet, and it's going to drop. So there is a snow advisory for all areas west of the Cascades except the Coast Range, and a winter storm warning for the Cascades. We'll give you that updated forecast, let you know if you've got to do your homework for tomorrow morning and you're headed to school. That's coming up.
Okay, and as you know, snowy and rainy conditions often go hand in hand with power outages. And here are some numbers that you'll want to keep handy to report an outage in your area. For PGE, the number in Portland is 503-464-7777. If you're outside the Portland area, you can call 1-800-544-1795. For Clark Public Utilities, it's 360-992-8000. And you can always get the latest road conditions by calling 511. And children did go to bed tonight, not just with dreams of snow, but also wondering if the snow will close tomorrow, close schools. Well, school districts from around the state will be collecting weather-related information throughout this evening, and administrators will then decide if they'll cancel classes or open 1 to 2 hours late. Now, that decision's usually made about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, depending on the district. One of the biggest concerns, of course, is whether the buses can take kids safely to and from school. Stay tuned to Fox 12 for continuing coverage of the weather. We'll have a full forecast later in this newscast. And tomorrow on Good Day Oregon, we'll update you on all the traffic alerts and tell you which schools may be delayed. And Good Day Oregon will start a little early tomorrow, so you can get all the news you need. That begins at 4:30.
The 10 o'clock news is just getting started.
A prank forces people living in these apartments out of their homes. What they found in the laundry room that brought the cops to their building.
When it docks, it makes it beep.
This local boy has some serious skills when it comes to Legos. How his version of a Portland landmark is getting attention online.
A student fighting to make the lives of a local family a lot easier.
I don't think there's any way to thank her enough.
How you can help Eric and his family.
And we've seen lots of snow in the mountains, but is it the most we've ever seen this early in the season? The answer is coming up in the final cut.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news, first live local. Hey parents, stay in the know this winter. Rely on Good Day Oregon for current school closures and delays. Mornings on Fox 12, first live local for you.
It might mean less stops at the pump, or that you've got better things to spend your money on than gas. Maybe it's just doing your part, or being a part of something bigger. Everyone has their reason. Maybe that's why Toyota has more hybrids on the road than anyone else. Hybrid Synergy Drive from Toyota.
In business, what works for a donut maker may not work for a car maker. Quest tailors complete network data and voice solutions to fit the communications needs of any company, whether it's a donut maker, a car maker, or a wildlife foundation. Get Quest. Get nimble. The choice of 95% of Fortune 500 companies.
Afraid of a big bill after you turn on the heat this winter? Some tips to keep costs down while turning up the room temperatures. Next on the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
We are the class of 2020. I'm the class of 2022.
I am 2014.
College is closer than you think. That's why the Oregon College Savings Plan offers tax-free growth, tax-free withdrawals for qualified expenses, and an Oregon State tax deduction every year.
If your plans include college, we have a plan for you.
I'm the class of 2010.
Invest in their future with a plan that works for you. The Oregon College Savings Plan.
Nissan asks, what's your resolution? More capability, style, power, space. How about saving money during Nissan's National Year-End Sales Event? Save